saying hello to the good people across the stands, and a good opener for the home team, winning in convincing fashion by the count of 11-1. They did it every shape and form, banging out 7 hits along the way. Now we go to the nightcap with Trey Peters on the mound. Starting lineup for the visiting GCU club team: Santiago Zuniga, the shortstop; Arturo Lopez Jr. in the 2-hole catching; Koa Manitin, the DH; Sam Ott batting fourth, first base. This one ripped through the left side, and Zuniga takes Trey Peters to left, and a good start for GCU in this second frame. Batting fifth is the third baseman, Brady Stenson. The 6th hole, Jordan McDonald in left field. 7th, Braden Coloma in right field. Second baseman, Cole Wathan. And in center, Micah Koa. On the hill, big Trey Peters, a freshman, 6'7". Looks like he could surf here or there. The long, dangling blonde hair, not afraid to cut loose. And Adam Perry joins me back on the call. And Adam, give us a breakdown of Trey Peters, 6'7", big guy, not afraid to fire some gas.
Yeah, big guy, big guy. Definitely a power pitcher, too. Over the fall, he really honed in his velocity, going from, mid-upper eights to hitting 90, 91. So that's on full display right now as that ball's fouled back.
Lopez gives it a ride, and that one is fouled right into the GCU dugout. So Trey Peters gets a new piece of rawhide to work with as Arturo Lopez steps in the box. And, of course, that first game we saw a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yusupchek set the tone with a great outing on the mound. 5 innings, 1 run allowed, some timely hitting. Turgeon, 2 for 4 on the day, a couple RBI singles, and no question, the Canadian wonder also doing work, and that is Ryder Hancock, 3 for 3 on the day. And that one's fouled off to the right side. And quickly, 2-strike count on Arturo Lopez.
Yeah, that's a big first pitch there for Trey. To start ahead like that after letting a runner on is a good sign.
Wind up and delivery. Slow curve and just misses down low, and count is now 1-2 on Lopez. Couple shout outs, because that is what we're going to do right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. It's all about love, and we're all about sharing the love. And how about a big shout out to Amir McGee and his family watching back east in Philadelphia. To the McGees and all that love, Amir McGee, we appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. Curveball swung and missed, throw down, and that one goes into center. And Arturo Lopez out on the swing.
Oh, and both GCU hitters are ruled out now.
And they're calling interference on Lopez. So now both runners are out. So
yep.
Trey Peters has a fresh diamond to work with, is stepping in as Koa Manitin, who got a base knock in the first game. And Manitin steps in with his first look at Trey Peters.
Yeah, so the runner took off there, and Lopez, swinging at a bender, lost his balance forward, and that's all it took. As that slider doesn't break all the way over the plate.
Misses inside, and Peters getting his first 2023 groove, and also in the running to be a spokesperson for Vidal Sassoon shampoo.
Right. Let's get the Head and Shoulders advertisements out here.
That snaps a beauty curveball that catches the heart of the plate, and Manitin frozen on that. And it's a 1-1 count. Appreciate you joining us right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. And Manitin slides right through a curveball, can't connect on it. It's a 1-2 count.
3-0. 3 in a row on the breaking pitches. 1-2 count here.
Adam Perry, our analyst, Joe Pequeno on the call, and all the good people in the Chandler Gilbert Community College making this happen as Manatee goes down swinging, and that is going to end the first. And a good inning for the right-hander. Couple strikeouts, and GCU coming up empty in the top half. Coyotes on home turf looking to take their hacks in the bottom of the first. And we go to the bottom of the first with big lefty on the mound, Connor Whitaker. He takes aim at that Chandler Gilbert lineup led by Ben Hashisaki, the little train that rides fast and furiously in that leadoff spot. Devin DeVera in the 2-hole playing second base. DH is Tate Lewis, catcher. Batting fourth, Erica Anderson. Playing first base, batting fifth, Justin George. The right fielder, Matthew Diamato. Batting seventh, playing third base, Joey Gentile. In left field, batting eighth is Porter Pittman. And shortstop, batting ninth is John Enright. And we have another shout out. Ryder Hancock, his grandparents from across the border, Brian and Betty. Brian and Betty Hyde, we wish you well across the border. We want you to stay warm. We want you to enjoy your hockey, and we want you to watch every game right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, I'm going to come and visit you, and I'm going to stay at your house for 2 weeks. So I'm just preparing you for that.
Yeah.
So needless to say, as I get chuckles from the crowd, welcoming you all here to Chandler Gilbert. We've got fans, and they're bundled up because this is Arizona. And I feel like we've been in Chicago for the past 2 weeks.
Right.
Needless to say, we're starting to get warm and stepping up as Ben Hashisaki. And we saw Ben in that first game, Adam, and really lit a fire in the leadoff spot.
Absolutely. Absolutely the tone setter for the offense. And I'm sure he's looking to do the exact same thing to start off this game.
Hashisaki taking his first look at Connor Whitaker. So it's lefty versus lefty. And once again, GCU slightly shaded Hashisaki to pull just a tad. First pitch, Haas fakes bunt, pulls it back for ball one. So right now, Adam, you've been in this situation, part of a twin bill.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about being greedy, right?
Absolutely.
You want the second win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to be greedy here, and you have to go and get it. There can be no... Oh, and that ball is driven hard.
Haas
Grounded to second base.
rips a scorcher, and
Uses
a
the
good
speed
play
again.
by Hashisaki and puts that pressure on. And once again, GCU can't handle the speed factor. And
Yes.
needs to say, Haas gets it going on in the first.
Yeah, so what we were talking about, I mean, once again, you have to want it more than the other team. It's a battle of attrition here, And Chandler Gilbert is off to the right foot here.
So give us a scouting report as Devon DeVera steps in from Broomfield, Colorado. The sophomore, 6'1", in the box.
Yeah, Dev, he's a sophomore, and he's very much a leader by example. He might not be the most audible guy, but he's absolutely a leader to freshmen that come in, and he generates a lot for this team.
Big bender misses on the outside part of the play. DeVera lays off of it. Hosh at first base. You got to wonder, right now the stopwatch is on to see how fast before he takes off for second base.
Yeah.
Whitaker with that big slow delivery, and that plays right into the and we got an umpire call from, look like there might have been a delay on the pitcher. Needs to say we press on. Hosh at first base. DeVera at the dish, showing bunt. Swings through it. Hosh takes another bag and makes it look easy.
Once again.
So Hashizaki, if the season keeps up, will finish the season with 569 stolen bases. And
Yes.
now that might be a record, you know, even in Mars.
Absolutely.
So needs to say, the base running by Chandler Gilbert off to a good start. Pitch to DeVera, takes it on the outside part of the plate.
Yep.
So Hosh in scoring position, igniting the Coyotes yet again. Devon DeVera from Broomfield, Colorado. So he has seen plenty of snow in his time. Takes a fastball low and lays
Hosh.
off of it.
Hosh almost takes off again on that dirt ball read, but catcher squared up enough of it to keep control, so get to pull back.
A very unique home plate. It's kind of like gravel looking.
Yes.
Not your traditional clay, but a very unique Chandler Gilbert, you know, kind of like mirrors the black top jerseys and works well. This one shot out of play and DeVera stays alive.
Yeah, so the home plate is actually surrounded by turf, which it's almost like buried a little bit. So for catchers, it's definitely something to adjust to because you might be getting a different bounce in comparison to, you know, your traditional dirt home plate.
DeVera trying to stay alive. Here's the pitch and lays off of it in a good piece of inning. Adam, you're majoring in?
Health sciences.
Adam majoring in health sciences and also working his way into groundkeeping. So if you have any questions or concerns about the turf, grass, or the clay on this field,
I'm your guy.
Ask Adam. Just reach us at 1-800-ASK-ADAM, and we'll get those questions answered for you.
Yeah.
Now, stepping in the box is Tate Lewis, the DH, and give us a breakdown on Tate.
Tate, I mean, another power guy for us. He's a big leader at the catcher position, and he does his job well.
This one shot through the right side. Good piece of hitting. Hosh on his giddy up, and Hosh comes around to score. And the big fella, Tate Lewis, in the DH spot, comes up big.
Yeah.
And the Coyotes howling here in the first.
Does his job and, you know, puts Chandler Gilbert in a position where they want to be. You know, once again, they have all the momentum. Runners on first and second. And up to bat now.
Eric Anderson stepping in.
Anderson.
Eric Anderson, the lefty from that left side of the plate, dialed in on Whitaker. Give us a profile of Mr. Anderson.
So, Eric, you know, he's a new transfer guy. So we haven't seen too. Oh, as that one, flash bunt pulled back, almost hit him. But he's very athletic. He plays to his strengths too. He's no stranger to the bunt, even though he's got a good size frame to him. He can definitely lay a ball in the gap here and get the Yotes off to a hot start.
So Anderson showing his plate savvy, laying off that and swings through a fastball, gets a tip, and that evens the count at 1 apiece. So Coyotes starting fast here. Once again, Hashizaki gets on board, and then Tate Lewis going the other way with a good piece of hitting. Now it's Eric Anderson with the time to lay down some evening lumber to add to the lead.
Yeah, seems to be the name of the game today for the Coyotes. just producing base runners and putting our hitters in good situations.
1-1 count. This one, the throw down, and that is a beauty. And Devon Devera is canceled, and that was a great dart by Arturo Lopez. And that's some great piece of defense by GCU.
Yeah, that's a statement right there. I mean, that's the first runner that GCU has been able to actually erase from the game. So,
So 2 outs.
Something to note for the Coyotes going forward.
And Anderson rips through, and no question, that was a gamble play. Have a lefty at the plate, leaves the left side of the box wide open, gives the catcher a clean view, and threw a perfect strike.
Yep. That's a gamble that Chandler Gilbert was willing to take, though.
Anderson strokes one through left side. Bouncer, Stinson throws over, and the look back to second base. And keeps Lewis frozen at second. So 5-3 put out, and stepping in, Justin George, big number 32. And what can we expect from Justin?
Oh, man. Justin, you know, this is a guy that when I first came to this program, he was a redshirt last year. He took me in right away and showed me around. He's a great teammate, great teammate. And, I mean, he can hit. He can mash baseballs if his frame didn't tell you that alone.
6'3" from Queen Creek High School. He's a Bulldog right in Adam's backyard. Adam went to Castile. He's a pride of Castile High. He's a Colt. And here you've got Justin George, a Bulldog. So in the same zip code. You guys ever play each other in high school?
No, I mean, a little bit of a rivalry, though, for sure, coming from the rival high schools.
Yeah, Colts and Bulldogs right in the same area. And that ball taken high and outside.
Yeah, I make sure to give him a hard time about it, too.
Yeah. Queen Creek, good athletic program in Castile, brand new high school in Queen Creek. They've got all the glitz and glamour, a beautiful campus, needless to say. Whitaker dialing up, tries to keep it on the outside part of the plate, and George lays off of it in a 3-0 count. So right now, look, you're Justin George. You're already up 1-0. Got a runner in second. Do you get the hit sign right here?
Absolutely not. And even if he does, I think the smart play here is just to take the pitch. When you're 3-0 and you're in this situation, you can afford to take a strike. We'll see what he does here. Ooh.
And Adam with the perfect call as George looking all the way, and now it's a 3-1 count.
Yeah, if he was going to swing on any pitch, that would have been it. Because he looks like he threw a fastball down the middle and took some off it.
So now Whitaker dialed in, trying to get back into this one, save this batter right here. 3-1 pitch. That one outside, and
Ball 4.
George gets the free pass, and stepping in is Matthew D. Amato, the right fielder. And Matthew, give us a breakdown.
So Matthew, I had some good battles with him over fall ball during the inter-squads. And, you know, sometimes he would get the better of me. He definitely excels with the high fastball. So that's something to look out for in this at-bat.
Yeah, I talked to Matthew before this game, and he said, as this one skied right behind us, he said, that Adam Perry, man, he made my life so difficult in fall ball.
Yeah.
He said you were a terror on the mound, man. He said he said he brought the goods.
Absolutely.
And you made things difficult.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Had to get him ready for this right here.
Absolutely. This one low in the dirt as D'Amato lays off. Appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. Joe Pequeno alongside Adam Perry, and in the booth with us is Mad Max Fury Road. Loud and proud, eating his P&Js from Costco. We all love those things. D'Amato lays off the pitch inside, and Whitaker flirting with first inning danger. Already 1 run in, 2 on.
Yeah, familiar situation here for the Coyotes. Runners on first and second. We'll see what D'Amato does.
And this one skied and straight away. Center fielder makes a great play coming in. Mike Okoa, and that is going to do it But a good inning yet again for the Coyotes. They get one across. We go to the second. Home team on opening day looking for the sweep against GCU. 1-0 after one. So we go to the bottom of the second, and Sam Ott checking in. Sam Ott, the big lefty, no question. He's got fence power and then some. You make a mistake, and he's going to hit the road to Pecos somewhere. Yeah. And Trey Peters on the mound. Peters winds and delivers. Fastball blisters the heart of the plate for strike one.
Yeah, once again, another Yodi pitcher who's just pushing the agenda, pushing the pace. And it's paying dividends right now.
No hesitation, comes right back. Ott swings right through it. Big gust of air hitting Pecos, and now it quickly goes to 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we just blinked and we're already in an 0-2 situation. Trey.
Peters, no hesitation. This one, bouncer, and a great glove work on the right side.
Justin George.
Justin George, glove and me tender. That's a Friday night web gem right there, and we got one out, and the Coyotes flashing the offense in the first, and Justin George flashing the leather in the top of the second.
Full extension on that play. That's a great display of Justin's athleticism.
And Stenson steps into the box. Wind up from Peters. Peters on the curveball. It's high and tight for ball one. And when you get that kind of defensive play to start an inning, Adam, what does that do for the rest of your teammates?
I mean, it feels like I'm a broken record. Just tone setting. That is a tone setter for this inning. And now Trayson Peters has just that extra bit of motivation and energy maybe from his defenders making plays behind him. You know, he's got that comfort factor.
And Trey Peters working fast, no question. He's trying to get through this one to have a date at Applebee's later on, so he's working fast and furiously, and that one is a fastball blistered in the outside part of the plate, and Stenson, just like Ott, swinging through pitches, and Stenson way late on that one. So once again, we saw Upchuk in that first game moving fast and furiously, and now we see Trey Peters doing the same. This one is ripped to right center, and a good piece of hitting by Stenson. Stenson, big turn at first base and throw in from right and holds him to a single. So a nice piece of hitting by Stenson, and that's the first hit for GCU in this nightcap. So now Trey Peters on that hill, facing his first base runner of the game with Jordan McDonald stepping in, the left fielder. Peters winds and delivers, comes right back and just ripped and roared fastball over the heart of the plate for strike one.
I mean, all day. That's just what the pitchers have been doing for Chandler Gilbert. You know, they face adversity and they respond instantly. 0-1 now, the pitch.
Outside part of the plate taken for ball one, and Coach talked about before this matchup, he said the starting rotation, the bullpen, he felt strong about what he had going into the season, and we're getting glimpses of what this team could look like on the mound this year.
Right. I mean, this is only the tip of the iceberg, too. I mean, we've only seen 3 guys throw, and, I mean, they've basically got an army of them. So
we got a 1-1 count on McDonald, and McDonald can't lay off, and that blisters the block, and it goes to 1-2. So Trey Peters, after the 1-out single, Comes right back and goes 1-2 on Jordan McDonald, the left fielder.
Payoff pitch here.
Coyotes playing straight away. McDonald, 1-2 count. Throw down to first base, and that was a bullet. Eric Anderson showing the hose, and Justin George getting off the bag and moving quickly like a jungle cat to secure that one from going down the right field line.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm a big fan of that catcher setting the tone. I'm going to throw the ball any time to let the runners know
Absolutely.
you better be awake out there.
Absolutely. It's all part of the mind games.
2-2 pitch. This one, sky to left center, coming fast and furiously. Porter Pittman, and Pittman makes the grab, and we've got 2 outs. So good work by Trey Peters. Gives up the 1-out single and gets McDonald to fly out to left. And stepping in is Braden Kalama, the right fielder.
Yeah, I mean, now Peters is finding himself in a little bit more of a comfortable situation. I mean, when you have 2 outs and a runner only on first, you have a little bit of play on the mound, a little bit of weight off your shoulders.
Kalama 1 for 3 in the first game. The first pitch from Peters, nice curveball, and that blisters the heart of the dish for strike 1. So give us kind of a breakdown in the repertoire of what Trey Peters has in that arsenal.
Trey Peters, I mean, he's got that overpowering fastball, right? That's his pitch. But that's not all he has. There's the slider right there. He loves to bend things. And on top of that, he's got a nasty changeup. You'll see that thing fall off the face of the earth.
And that's the big thing. Look, if you're a right-hander that can fire the gas and all of a sudden you buckle someone at 75, that's the neutralizer right there.
Absolutely.
Quickly 0-2 on Collimer. Peters dials in. That one low on the outside part of the plate. Anderson getting up, moving quickly, and showing his quickness and glove work behind the plate.
Yeah.
1-2 count on Collimer. Friday night baseball. The lights are on here at Chandler Gilbert. Coyotes going for the sweep of the GCU club team. Peters winds and delivers. This one bounced to the left side. Rolling down the left field line, foul out of play. Remains 1-2. Trey Peters, long and lanky.
Yeah, 6'7" frame.
And throws the fastball right by Braden Kalama. That's going to end the frame. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Coyotes hitting the sticks, looking for more. Taking care of my boys, man. I want you to be part. I want you guys to have fun while you're here.
Of course.
It's not about it's about you enjoying yourselves while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the bottom of the second, stepping up for Chandler Gilbert. We got Joey Gentile, Porter Pittman, and John Enright. And on the controls is Andrew Fury, a redshirt catcher from Albuquerque. He's doing all the live streaming work and can't do this without him. And we're going to see if we can listen to Andrew at some point. And stepping in is Joey Gentile. And Adam, break it down. What can we expect from Joey G?
Joey Gentile, freshman from Desert Vista High School. And this kid just loves baseball, man. This kid, I can't even tell you how many times he's asked me to hit him fungo ground balls. after practice. I mean, he gets after it, and his play definitely shows that. He might not have the biggest frame, but man, can he hit the ball hard.
Joey Gentile, Desert Vista. He's a Thunder right up the road in the Ahwatukee area, and takes the ball inside for ball one. And I think Desert Vista, I've heard plenty of mascots in my time, but for me, some of the best, Oklahoma City Thunder and the Desert Vista Thunder, that's up there. I love that mascot, the Thunder. I think it's awesome.
Absolutely.
And Gentile fouls that one off, and we got a 1-1 count. The Coyotes taking their second hacks at Connor Whitaker, getting one in the first on one hit. Joey Gentile. Joey G pops one the other way and going back and making the nice grab is Sam Ott. Ott moving nimbly over there and for the first out of the first inning. Make that the second inning. So stepping in is Porter Pittman, the left fielder.
Yeah, Porter, he's been around a little bit. He's been to a few different schools, and he's definitely making his mark here at Chandler Gilbert as a vet. I mean, everybody knows him. Everybody, if you want to talk to a sophomore about, or not a sophomore, apologies. If you want to talk to a vet about how to manage college baseball, this is your guy.
Porter Pittman from East Vale, California. Eleanor Roosevelt High School, 5'10", outfielder. So he's well-traveled, knows all about college baseball and different scenarios. Now he's here trying to find a home here with the Coyotes. Good place to land in the heart of Arizona. Nice warm weather, and shoots one to left center, and that is good work by Porter Pittman. And Porter, big turn at first base, and he'll sit comfortably at first with a one-out single. And Connor Whitaker tried to throw the changeup by Porter, and Porter just hanged and banged that one left center.
All over it. Yeah, Porter's great at recognizing the off speed.
So checking in is John Enright. John Enright, shortstop, and John from Sierra Vista, Arizona. Buena High School. And no question, Coyotes fans want to see John Enright have a muy bueno at bat. So give us the breakdown.
Of course. So John he's down from Tucson. And he's only been up here for a little while, but he definitely feels like he's at home. He's a freshman, but talking to him very much feels like a sophomore. He's knowledgeable about the game, and he can pick the ball. But he's a freak athlete too. I mean, his frame, if you get up close to him, he's got some muscle on him. He's well built. So I mean, he can lay the wood down on the ball for sure.
So Enright wants to show the muscle and the hustle, and this at bat is Whitaker playing Pepper with Ott at first base, chasing Pittman back, and no question the way Coyotes have been running the bases. Yeah. Whitaker's got to do his job to check the runners on the bag, and stepping back in is Enright. Enright, first opportunity with the Coyotes, and runner is going, and that is a great throw by Arturo Lopez, and Lopez now has thrown out a couple Coyotes in this one, and Lopez, number 28, the big arm, the big release, and the big cannon shoots down another Coyotes base runner.
Yeah, seemingly finding his footing here. He wasn't the catcher in the first game, but by the looks of it, he definitely should have been if they wanted to respond to that run game.
John Enright now looking to do some two-out damage. Enright. Whitaker comes in low on the fastball. So now Enright, first plate appearance.
Right.
Now it's just about putting the ball in play, having a good at bat, and feeling confident in this first AB. Whitaker releases. That one's high and tight. Actually, the whole plate umpire rolls that one across the letters, so that is a strike on Enright. 2-1 count. Enright thought he had ball three, needs to say. It goes to 2-1. Whitaker wilds. And that one way outside, and it goes to 3-1 on John Enright. Whitaker gave up a run in the first. Porter Pittman with a one-out single, thrown out at second base. 2 outs here in the second. Whitaker, fastball is high, and Enright with a good AB keeps the inning alive, and we go back to the top of the order. Van Hashizaki, who got in scored the first run of the game on sheer speed and hustle, maneuvering in the first. Steps in for his second AB here in the second inning. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing ski hats out in the crowd because it's cold. I see a ski jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, no, as the sun sets out here, so does the temperature.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep dropping, so I hope the people in attendance today dressed accordingly.
We see some fans wearing ski jackets. I think I saw a polar bear on the other side of the field because it's getting that cold here in Arizona. Yeah.
As John is scared back to first base.
John scared back to first base on the throw, and no question, Arturo Lopez Jr. showing the cannon.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to release. Already has thrown out a couple base runners in this one.
Yeah, it's no longer a free roam for the Chandler Gilbert base runners. We might have to be a little bit more cautious now.
Hashisaki takes low and outside. 1 on, 2 outs here in the second inning. The lights are on, and Chandler Gilbert, home team, going for the sweep. Connor Whitaker throws back over, trying to keep John Enright close. We appreciate you dialing this up, whether you be in Philadelphia, whether you're in Canada.
Calgary.
No matter where you are, we appreciate you dialing in for Chandler Gilbert baseball.
Ooh.
This one high and tight, and
catches him off the helmet.
Hosh, not a problem. Shakes it off like a champ, walks down. 2 plate appearances, 2 times on base, and that's a 1,000 on base percentage. And last I checked, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he just got hit in the head, but he's smiling over there at first base. Rightfully so. He's having a monster day.
So Devon checks in, walked his first time up. So, Adam, give us kind of the breakdown. 2 outs, 2 on, and Devon's checking in.
2 outs, 2 on, and this is a very important at-bat for Devon to make sure that he doesn't give away. Sometimes, you know, you're up a run, you might feel like you have some leeway, you might not be paying attention, like pitcher goes up on you, and all of a sudden the inning's over. But I know Devin, with his experience, is not going to let that happen. He is going to compete, and he's going to earn this at-bat because he wants to keep adding damage.
So Devin takes a ball outside and takes a curveball on the outside part of the play. Whitaker tried to get him to chase. Devin does not bite on it, shows his poise, quickly goes to 2-0. Couple runners on. Devin with the chance to pad the score here in the second inning.
2-0 here, and Devin is absolutely not looking to walk at this at-bat.
Whitaker fires a fastball, blisters the outside part of the plate, and that goes to 2-1. Couple runners on. Enright, Hashisaki. Great speed on the bases. Whitaker looking the runner back at second. Fires, curveball, inside part of the plate, misses. Goes to 3-1. And on deck, Tate Lewis with that RBI single in the first.
Tate Lewis, yeah. The Coyotes are in a great position right now. And GCU should be starting to sweat a little bit once again, as the momentum is.
3-1 pitch, and that one is taken high and outside, and Devin shows his plate savviness, takes the walk, and stepping in, Tate Lewis, the DH, RBI single in the first.
Yeah, I mean, the momentum is building, and GCU can feel it as, you know, the catcher calls time to go talk to his pitcher. This is a crucial at-bat for Tate Lewis. I mean, if he can capitalize here, then we might see GCU roll over and say, oh, just like last game.
And if it wasn't for the heroics of Arturo Lopez behind the plate,
right,
this score could be even more in the home team's favor.
Absolutely.
So Tate Lewis checking in, bases loaded, home team stacked and packed with the black jerseys on, and Tate Lewis looking to bring some lumber to the plate and add to it. Whitaker from the rubber. And
First
Tate
pitch.
Lewis takes a first pitch strike, showing some patience. Now you know it. He's got the green light. He's ready to, he's got a certain zone he's looking for.
Looking for his pitch.
And he's looking to tattoo it back the other way.
Yeah.
0-1 pitch. Whitaker working fast. This one skied out right side of the field, out of play. And we quickly go to 0-2. And I think I saw a couple of redshirt freshmen running to get the foul ball and bring it back in.
Right.
So give Whitaker some props. Quickly goes to 0-2. Now he's got an opportunity to waste a pitch here. Setting up on the outside part of the plate. He throws a curveball. This one line to right, and this one is caught on a great diving play. And that is Braden Coleman, and that ends the frame. Coleman comes up big, and that will do it for the home team in the second. They lead them stacked and packed, and Coleman saves the day with a diving catch. It's 1-0 after 2. And we go to the top of the third as GCU trailing Chandler Gilbert by the count of 1-0. Stepping in is Cole Wathan. I'd like to give a shout out to redshirt catcher for GCU. Make that for Chandler Gilbert, that is. Andrew Fury, his family in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you're watching, we wish you well, and hopefully you can make a trip over to sunny Arizona to catch the Coyotes in action. So Trey Peters going to work here in the third inning with Wathan, and Wathan swings and misses as Peters, no hesitation, firing that fastball.
Yeah.
Right down the heart of the plate.
Long inning, but right back to business for Peters.
Peters bounces and goes with work, tries to hit that outside part of the plate, and it quickly goes to 1-1. GCU, this club team, ranked in the top 20. They're coming across town from the heart of Camelback and 35th Avenue, and that quickly goes to 2-1. And make no mistake, they got pride, and they're looking to bounce back in this nightcap.
Absolutely, absolutely. They definitely want to make up for last game, and you know, Chandler Gilbert is not off to a slow start, but not as hot of a start as that ball is grounded to end right up the middle, and he fields it cleanly to Justin George. That'll be one out for Peters.
No question. Good glove work by John Enright, flashing the leather, moving to his left, and throws a dart to Justin George for the first out of the inning. Now stepping in is Mike Okoa. So great play defensively to start this top of the third as Peters immediately goes to work, and Mike Okoa, that first game, walked and bounced out to third and bounced out to third in that first game. Peters working quickly and fires a dart in the outside part of the plate.
And you blink and it's 0-2. Just like that. Peters bent a nasty slider over and then threw the fastball on the outside part of the plate. And here we are, 0-2, the pitch.
Peters in this one lazily popped up that right side. Justin George and JG hauls it in. We got two quick outs quickly, and Trey Peters working fast and his defense working right behind him. Two quick ones here in the top of the third.
Yeah, I mean, the score might be 1-0 right now, but this game feels very one-sided. The Coyotes just haven't been able to really send the dagger on the offensive side of things, but Peters is just locking things down on the mound right now as he bends that slider over the corner.
And Zuniga hits that outside part of the plate, just had to look at it and was frozen, and Peters immediately going to work. Zuniga with a base hit his first time up, stranded at second base. This one sky to the right side, and giving chase is Justin George, and George, Well,
how to play.
there's that big thing called fencing over there that
Right.
corralled him from going any further. So needs to say that stopped his momentum.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't run straight through it, though.
And is that something new? They put fencing up in baseball? I mean, I think that might be the first time I've seen that before.
Right.
It's new this year, I heard.
Yeah.
A fan just said it's new this year. Okay. So in case you're wondering, as Trey Peters fires a beauty bender,
Nasty.
and needs to say Zuniga goes down swinging. So that's going to end it for GCU. The Lopes, no runs, no hits. We go to the bottom of the third. Coming to bat, leading 1-0.
Can you actually see him there?
So we go to the bottom of the third with Chandler Gilbert leading 1-0. We got Eric Anderson leading off, followed by Justin George and Matthew Diamato. Dimensions of the ballpark, 330 down the lines, 375 in the power alleys, and 400, 410 straight away. You hit one out there, well, you're a man among men.
Yeah, and especially with the sun setting out here, that might just be about impossible because the ball does not fly very well here at night.
Anderson looking at Connor Whitaker. And this one, sky to left field and giving chase on his giddy up and under it for the play. And good play by Jordan McDonald for the first out of the inning. And Connor Whitaker now getting into a groove after surrendering a run in that first, has found his groove here as he's taking aim at the Coyotes here in the third.
Yeah, a bit of an unfamiliar situation, which is surprising to say, but for the first time in a while, the leadoff runner for the Coyotes has gone down in one pitch. Normally, we'd be seeing an extended at-bat, maybe a walk or a hit by pitch or a base knock, but no. Not off to the same start this time.
Justin George stepping in, walked his first time up, takes a ball inside low. George looking to jumpstart the Coyotes here in the third inning.
Right.
Up 1-0. Team won the first game in a round, looking for the season opening doubleheader sweep, and
Get some
George
chasing.
with the big cut comes up empty. And now we're seeing the fans bundle up. We got ski jackets, we've got ski hats.
Yep.
Mother Nature starting to creep in with some wickedness, and this one bounced to the right side, and that's a good piece of hitting. Justin George, cue ball shot,
Yep.
and knocks home the 8-ball, and he ends up at first base. Good piece of hitting, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything works. It's a hit in the scorebook, and that's all that matters.
That's right. Because
Yeah.
the box score, you look at it the next day,
Yep.
you can say, man, that was the best base hit of the day, right? And no one's going to know the difference.
No, exactly.
So Justin George, you saw the muscle he's got, just poking his way through the right side, and coming up is Matthew Diamato, who flew to center his first time up. Connor Whitaker, one out here in the third, trying to get out of this inning for the Lopes. Bounces a first pitch fastball in the dirt, and Diamato ahead on the count.
You know, here we are again with Chandler Gilbert having a runner on and a hitter being ahead in the count. I feel like that's really been the tale of the game tonight. Just the Coyotes have been in better positions more often. And we'll see what D'Amato can muster here.
Coyotes won the first game 11-1. You name it, they did it in that first one. And now here they are in the second, looking for the sweep. Justin George at first base. D'Amato takes a low fastball inside and swings right through it. Coyotes looking for the sweep on a season opening Friday right here. South Chandler off Pecos Road, and Connor Whitaker blisters the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be no better way to start the season than by winning the first 2 games back to back.
Whitaker with a 1-2 count, and D'Amato looking to stay alive in this plate appearance. And he skies one through the right side, and giving chase is the right fielder. And a good catch by Braden Kalama. And Kalama made that great diving grab in the last inning, robbing Tate Lewis with the bases loaded.
Yeah.
Kalama showing what he can do out there. So we've got 2 outs, and stepping in is Joey Gentile. Joey G.
Joey G.
Joey G flew out to center his first time up, and Joey G, let's get a breakdown from where Joey G is from. So Joey G,
Desert Vista guy.
Once again, he's the Thunder.
Yeah,
we talked about him
he's the
earlier,
Thunder.
and he's looking to provide some thunder in his second at bat here.
Yep.
Off Connor Whitaker, and tries to lay one down, and that's fouled in the box. So not a bad idea with a third baseman playing way back. Third baseman,
Yeah.
even with the bag, and the Lopes playing Joey G roughly straight away.
Yeah, you know, there's some irony to his high school logo being a Thunder because the kid plays with energy. The kid is a competitor, and he plays with flair as he fouls that one back to the right side.
Joey Gentile down in the count. Is it me? But when I hear the name Joey Gentile, it sounds like a Hollywood character, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like a superhero or
Yeah,
something. Now,
yeah. Clark Kent.
everyone's
Joey
hoping Joey
Gentile.
Gentile will be a superhero here. And Arturo Lopez,
Wow.
my goodness. His third runner he's thrown out behind the dish, and Arturo Lopez is now putting a clinic on how to nab a base runner.
Yeah.
And that is going to end the third. And once again, Lopez steals the show. It's 1-0. Coyotes heading to the fourth. So we go to the top of the fourth with Trey Peters dialing up against GCU, and how fitting. Arturo Lopez,
How
who
fitting.
gunned down the runner in the bottom of the third, will lead off the fourth, and Lopez has been simply spectacular behind the plate for the Lopes. Peters winds and delivers a curveball that hits the heart of the plate, and Lopez down in the count quickly, 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage in the game, it seems like Lopez is the only thing that's stopping the Yotes from blowing the doors off of the GCU club team. He's just an equalizer behind the plate right now.
Peters 0-1 fires, and Lopez rips it down the left field line, and quickly 0-2. Lopez Cade his first time up, and Trey Peters working fast and furiously.
Yep.
Lopez trying to get the inning going for the Lopes. Peters winds and delivers, and this one shot to right. And glove and knee tender.
Wow.
The great diving grab by Matthew D'Amato. And D'Amato leaping leather for the first put out here in the top of the fourth.
Wow. Put that one on ESPN. Great play from D'Amato.
Matthew D. The D is for dynamic. We've got one out, and stepping into the dish is Maniton.
Fastball gets away from Peters there.
Actually, we have a pinch hitter here, and that is number 22, Josh Simpson, with an opportunity in this one. Simpson getting his first plate appearance, going to work against Trey Peters.
And right back for Trey Peters with that bender.
Peters in control with that bender, and we've seen some great glove work in this one by right fielders. Column arriving Tate Lewis, and then right there on the other side by Diamato, robbing Lopez. And of course, Lopez, the great glove work behind the plate and the great cannon.
Indeed.
So Trey Peters going to work on Josh Simpson with one out here in the fourth.
2-1 now, just missed with that fastball. 2-2.
2-2 count as that bender breaks inside. So Josh Simpson getting a look at the 6'7" right-hander. 2-2 pitch. And that one, Boss Simpson frozen on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah.
And we've got two outs here in the top of the fourth. And checking in, Sam Ott grounded out to first base, unassisted his first time up. Trey Peters with 5 strikeouts already, dialing him up.
Yeah, keeping that pace as well.
Peters
not slowing down whatsoever as he misses low and away.
Misses outside for ball one.
Right back in the zone. Same thing that we've been seeing all night.
Trey Peters from Cottonwood, Arizona. Mingus High School out in the Tucson area.
Yeah.
Trey Peters. Curveball. That's one's bounced to the left side. Good pick and the throw over. And that was a beauty by
Johnny Enright.
Johnny Enright. Glove and meat tender. And that's going to end the top of the fourth. And some good glove work. Diamato and right. Enright at short. Leather is better by the Coyotes in the top half. We go to the bottom of the fourth with the home team about to swing the sticks. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, and once again, Joey Gentile, the young man with the superhero name.
Joey G.
Joey G. Doesn't have his cape on, but no question he'll be fighting crime somewhere in Chandler later this evening.
And why not start here?
The pride of the Thunder.
Right.
The pride of the Thunder. Desert Vista product stepping in. Connor Whitaker winds and delivers high and outside, and Joey G, first time up, flew to center. And give credit to Connor Whitaker, gave up a run on one hit in the first, and he's kept Coyotes in check so far.
Yeah, he's doing his job. He's keeping the game competitive. As Joey
Gentile skies one to left, and underneath it is Jordan McDonald for the putout.
Oh,
and he drops the ball. My goodness. Here I am. I apologize, folks. I called that one early.
It happens to the best of us.
And Jordan McDonald is going to kick himself, and, you know, maybe he saw a solar eclipse in left field, or
must have been something. Maybe some stars got in his eyes.
Needless to say, Joey Gentile gets things going with the 2-base error.
Yeah. Good hustle by Joey around the bases, too. He wasn't lollygagging.
Nope. Took advantage and
Yeah,
stepping in.
capitalized.
Porter Pittman, who had a base knock and caught stealing his
Yeah.
first time up.
Yeah.
So the Coyotes making some noise here with the Joey Gentile 2-base error by McDonald on the left. And Pittman showing bunt and pulling back. And you know what? I have no problem. I'd love to see this. You're in a tight ball game. It's okay to manufacture a run and play the game.
Right, exactly.
Go station to station and make GCU, who's looked at times questionable in this twin bill, make them make a play defensively.
Make them work, make them earn it. And, you know, little errors like that, they add up as Porter bunts the ball down to the first base side.
And Pittman with the great bunt, great sacrifice. Ott on the put out over to first base. And that's what you call great team baseball, and Pittman does his job, and no question. When he goes back to that clubhouse, he's getting high fives.
Absolutely. You know, this is the exact same thing that cracked the game open the first time for the Yotes. GCU hung around for a little bit, but once the small ball started to add up, you know, the pressure mounted, and they couldn't handle the pressure. Well, I'm interested to see if that'll happen again this game.
So John Enright steps in. Enright walked his first time up. Coyotes, one out, runner at third. Whitaker. Little off-speed pitch, hits the heart of the plate, and Enright down 0-1 in the count.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you're not expecting the off-speed first pitch, and even if you see it, you won't swing. Enright fine with taking the first pitch there, 0-1.
Whitaker comes high. Bender misses, and Enright with the 1-1 count. And no question, in a 1-0 game, midway through, every run counts, and putting the ball in play paramount for Enright right here.
Absolutely. Not the same situation as last game where, you know, maybe you don't have to score every run, but in a situation like this where it's 1-0, every run matters.
2-1 count on Enright. GCU, infield in. The delivery, and Enright swings right through it, and he goes to 2-2. And Adam, right now we've seen Connor Whitaker lock into place. What are you seeing from him? He's shown a lot of good movement.
Right. I mean, the biggest thing that stands out to me is his composure. Even though there is a runner on third base right now, you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at him. He's throwing the pitch, he's hopping around, and he wants the ball back.
And Enright frozen on a bender on the inside part of the plate, and that is 2 outs. And stepping up, the big train that can, or the little train that could, you name it, Hashizaki is that player that sparks this Coyotes lineup, and he has an opportunity with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th with Joey Gentile at third base.
Yeah, huge at bat here. And Hashizaki is on fire. See what he can do.
And
as he
Hashizaki takes a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and you look at where the third baseman Stenson's back, even with the bag of Hash pushes one down that line, you bring Gentile in, that's the second run of the game.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw that here. As
And
he takes
Whitaker
the outside fastball.
comes right back and just misses, just off the block, and it's a 1-1 count. Devin DeVera on deck, and that one gets away, and coming in, Joey Gentile, plate to plate, and Gentile hustling and gets in. We talked about Joey Gentile not having his cape on, and that one, he put the cape on and flew home, and needs to say, he's flying into that dugout and the home team with the 2-0 lead.
Absolutely. Put the cape on, flew in home, got up, and flew back into the dugout to celebrate with the teammates and get the team going. This is exactly what the Yotes needed. You know, a little momentum boost. It's pretty refreshing after having not scored for a while.
2-1 count on Hosh. Base is cleared. Whitaker, outside part of the plate, just misses, and it goes to 3-1. And Whitaker should have been out of this inning, but needs to say, Jordan McDonald in left, dropped the pop-up. 3-1 pitch to Hosh. Fastball driven back up the middle, and Hosh with the 3-1 count rips a bullet to center, and the inning continues for the Coyotes. And stepping in is Devin DeVera.
Having an absolute day is Hashizaki, and he's looking to add to that here. He's absolutely looking to take some bags here. It'll be interesting to see, if he's able to. The catcher has been locked down, but I don't think he cares, to be honest with you, and I think he's going to take a bag here.
Arturo Lopez has thrown out 3 Coyote base runners in this one. Hashizaki, no question, maybe the most skilled of all the base runners on this team. Ball's in the dirt, and this time Lopez can't come up with it. And Hash is in at second base, and now an opportunity for DeVera with 2 on. Make that 1 on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, no, that's definitely refreshing to see the catcher not field the ball perfectly for once and lay a strike down to second base. That's also a momentum shift for the Coyotes. And now Dev, with a runner in scoring position, is looking to add to the damage.
1-1 count. Whitaker locked in. Fastball, low and outside for ball 2. The sun has set, and the temperature has dropped, and the Jackets are out. Whitaker looks over, throws back, and second baseman late to get there, and Whitaker threw behind the runner. Chases the runner back, and
yeah, just paying his dues there. Got to keep Hosh honest if you're GCU here, because he's not looking to stop at second. He's looking to make it as easy as possible for Dev to get an
2-1
RBI.
count. And Whitaker on the outside part of the plate, and DeVera swings right through it, and it goes to 2-2. Hosh at second base, 1 run in on Joey Gentile. Misplayed in left, works his way, scores on a wild pitch. And Hosh up and running, and a great play by Stenson at third base, and Hosh in quickly. And once again,
Familiar sight. Familiar sight.
if the season ends tomorrow, Hosh will have 675 stolen bases.
Right.
And that could be like a new world record.
Gotta
needs
be.
to say.
It's gotta be. Definitely a conference record.
So 2 outs. DeVera with an opportunity on the 3-2 pitch. Whitaker winds and delivers, and that one high and tight, and Whitaker gets him swinging. And that is going to do it, but Joey Gentile manufactures a run. The speed, the wheels, the hustle, and the determination. And after this half, we go to the next frame with Chandler Gilbert on top, 2-0. So we go to the top of the 5th. GCU pinch hitting, stepping in, Bryce Arana. Stepping in for Bertie Stinson at this plate appearance. Trey Peters doing the job on the mound. Scoreless through 4, working quickly. 0-1 pitch, and this one smoked to center. Giving chase, Hashizaki, and Hash over his head and dialing into second base, standing up. Bryce Arana from Heritage High School in Brentwood, California. Gave it a ride, and Hosh could not track it down, and GCU has got something going here in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, and with that, we see the bullpen start to get moving around, which, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried if I was Trey here. That's probably the first really hard hit ball of the day for the GCU club team, and Trey's going to respond.
And stepping in, Jordan McDonald, who had that error that led to a Chandler Gilbert run in the last half inning. Moves Arana over on the sacrifice. Good piece of small ball by McDonald.
Yes.
So GCU with a man at third with one out here in the fifth. Stepping in, Braden Kalama, Cade, his first time up. Kalama with a great diving grab in this one. Looking to work Trey Peters. And this one scorched to right. Going back on his giddy up and can't make the play. One run is in. Colomer stands up at second base, and Colomer shoots one deep right that Matthew Diamato could not make the play on. And GCU standing loud and proud with one run in here in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, it seems like D'Amato just barely misread that, and his first few steps weren't in time. Couldn't get to that one, and now it seems like GCU might be getting to Trey a little bit with that first run scoring against him.
So Arana starts the inning with a bomb over Hashisaki, and then after sacrifice bunt, Kalama with the stand-up double to right field. And now this one gets away, and moving to third base is Kalama as Cole Wathen checks in at the dish.
And that ball went into the dugout, causing a dead ball. So the runner's got to hold up at third anyways. But Eric didn't know where that ball was off the ricochet.
So 1-0 count on Wathen. Kalama at third. One out here in the fifth. And the bender is a beauty for strike one. So Trey Peters is left a couple pitches out in the heart of the plate, and GCU showing some relentlessness of trying to get back in this one. Putting it back the other way. And Trey Peters comes high and tight.
Oh, and it's rule the balk.
And they rule a balk on Trey Peters, and needs to say Kalama is in.
And all of a sudden, just like that 2-0 lead from Chandler Gilbert is reduced to nothing, as this is a tie ball game at 2-2 now.
So Kalama scores on the balk, and needs to say Trey Peters has to lock it down against Wathen. Bases cleared. Fastball misses inside. So a 2-1 count on Wathen.
Important pitch here for Trey for sure, as he's able to equalize with that slider that just barely bends over the plate, and it got the hitter to freeze up. Exactly what he was looking for there. Now he's in a 2-2 count. This is a chance to reestablish momentum and reestablish his mound presence. Let's see what he does on the 2-2.
And this one skied to center field. Hashizaki underneath it and makes the put out for the second out of the inning. And that's a great effort by Peters, bouncing back in the count to get the put out. And stepping in now is Micah Koa.
Yeah, definitely an important pitch there from Peters. Able to stop the bleeding. And now with 2 outs, nobody on, he can take a second and he can reestablish his dominant ways.
And checking in, a pinch hitter now is Nathan Kaczynski. Kaczynski hitting for Koa. And Kaczynski in that first game, 0 for 3. So Kaczynski, 2 outs, looking to keep this inning alive for GCU. Peters comes right back and fires a first pitch fastball for strike one.
Yeah, that inside part of the plate has been utilized tremendously by Chandler Gilbert pitchers today. Really establishing that power fastball.
And Peters overthrows on that outer part of the plate. 1-1 count, and there is some work in that Chandler Gilbert bullpen on that left side of the field. Peters shakes off Anderson. Going from the rubber. And that is nasty in the outside part of the plate. Kaczynski swings right through it.
Gets the whiff.
And it goes to 1-2. Peters trying to limit the damage and get out of this frame.
Yeah, if I'm Peters here, I'm going fastball. If you blow by him, you pick up some huge momentum for the team. Oh, and he goes bender.
And that one
Just
misses inside. And that goes to 2-2.
Two here. He had a pitch to play with. Now he's really looking to make the put out. And the 2-2.
And that one is a beauty. Freezes Kaczynski at the dish, but the damage is done by the Lopes. Couple runs, couple hits, and we go to the bottom of the fifth, and this one knotted at 2. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. This one tied at 2 as the Lopes with 2 in the top half. And a new pitcher on the hill for the Lopes, and that's lefty Luis Escamilla, the lefty from Guadalajara, Mexico. And Adam, he's got a little bit of a herky-jerky delivery, and
he does.
What can the Coyotes expect at the dish, and what do they have to do to be effective?
So, you know, from the offensive side of things, when you see a guy that is able to mix up his timing from the orthodox delivery, it's definitely something to adjust to. And he has almost a pause when his leg is fully extended on his way down the mound, and that's sure to mess with the timing of the hitters for Chandler Gilbert. But you know, these guys have prepared for this. They've practiced for messed up timing, and it'll be interesting to see how they adjust to his herky-jerky and wonky style.
So Tate Lewis leading off. First 2 pitches. Takes out of the zone. Followed by Eric Anderson and Justin George. 2-0 pitch. This one sails outside. And quickly 3-0 on Tate Lewis. And Escamilla, the lefty, herky-jerky. Needs to find a play quickly.
Yeah.
Or GCU might be finding themselves down on the scoreboard yet again. And that's a 4-pitch walk. And if you're the coach for GCU, that's the last thing you want to see. You go to the bullpen and your pitcher walks the first batter on 4 pitches.
Yeah, that's not a good look. And this is what the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes were waiting for. This is the ideal scenario. You know, it's a tight game, but you know, I have a feeling that they're going to be able to get to this guy. So if he doesn't tighten up or the Lopes don't take him out, it might be a lopsided score pretty soon.
Eric Anderson showing a bunt, and that's a beaut.
Beautiful.
Eric Anderson. Oh, textbook baseball right there.
Yeah.
Eric Anderson, simply the A in the last name is for awesome, lays down the wood perfectly, and you can't draw it up any better
No.
at the Little League, the softball leather, the major league level, the collegiate level, and that was just as beautiful as it gets.
That's textbook. I mean, that's textbook. That's textbook. Move the runner over and get on. I mean, that's ideal. This is the small ball that the Coyotes have been playing all day, and it shines through once again as there are now runners on first and second.
Eric
with no
Anderson
outs.
dazzling with the basic fundamentals. That would make Tom Amansky proud. Justin George stepping up, 2 on, fastball, high and outside for ball 1. And you know what? It's just nice if you have that kind of player in the lineup that pushes something down, and that lets the rest of the team look, believe in your skill set that you can get that done at any given point in the ball game.
Exactly. These guys have the utmost confidence in themselves. As we see Justin George, the big man, laying down a bunt. It's fielded by the pitcher, and the throw was made cleanly.
And Escamilla wheeling and dealing. That's not an easy throw. The left-hander, he's got his back face toward the pitcher. He's got, toward the first baseman. He's got to whiz around and throws a strike for the first out.
Yep, that was a great idea there by the Coyotes. I mean, trying to speed the game up on him. He came in struggling. You know, maybe we get him flustered and get a throwing error out of him, but he's able to come up big there and limit some damage, as the runners did still get moved over to second and third.
Matthew Diamato steps in, flew to center his first time up, flew to right last time up. So 0 for 2.
As
And
that
ball
ball
gets
gets through.
away and coming down and scoring.
Tate Lewis.
Tate Lewis, come on down, big fella, as the ball gets away. And quickly, the Coyotes back on top, 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, it's the little things that really go the longest way. I mean, Tate reached on 4 pitches, 4-pitch walk. And, you know, he just came around and scored. So every little thing counts. Every at-bat that the Coyotes can take from the GCU Lopes is great.
And you got to love it. The ball has not left the infield, yet they've manufactured a run with an opportunity at third base. So runner on at third base. Matthew Diamato with an opportunity. Eric Anderson with the textbook bunt for a base hit, followed by the Justin George sac bunt. And we're looking to lay another one down. Diamato squaring up and trying to push to the right side. Sam Ott, the first baseman, needs to be on bunt alert.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No problem there. Going back to the bunt for the Coyotes.
And Diamato trying to bunt one down, make Escamilla field his position. If you do, you're going to like that. Escamilla coming off the mound, and could be a tough play at the plate.
Yeah.
This one bounced foul on the left-hand side. So it's now officially nighttime at Chandler Gilbert.
Yeah.
And Mother Nature is now starting to wave her wand a little bit. It is a little cold. Unseasonably cold weather here in Arizona.
Yeah.
And that ball bounces in the dirt, and Diamato lays off. Coyotes with a 3-2 lead after Lopes answered with 2 in the top half to tie it. Diamato with the opportunity. This one high, and he takes the walk, and good work by Diamato.
Yeah, I mean, the temperature's getting colder, but it seems like these Coyotes are heating up. You know, after the lockdown performance of the previous pitcher, it seems like Escamilla is running into a bit of trouble trying to mow down these Coyotes. You know, the at-bats are getting longer, the Coyotes are getting craftier, and we're seeing the results of that with runners on first and third now.
Joey Gentile, the pride of the Desert Vista Thunder, stepping in. He scored after reaching on a 2-base error by Jordan McDonald left. Delayed steal, play at the plate, and the runner is going to score. And great base running.
Some more textbook small ball there by the Coyotes.
Good base running as Jamison Armstrong scores on the pinch running. So another run comes in.
Yeah, I mean, all these little runs that the Coyotes are manufacturing are making up for the fact that maybe their bats aren't as hot as last game.
Escamilla struggling through this half of an inning, and there's a fastball high and tight, and Joey Gentile not biting. So the Coyotes doing some work here in the home half. Escamilla, and this one shot through the left side, and it's through. Coming around to score. on his giddy up and is in. Diamato races in as the ball gets away, and coming up big, Joey Gentile, the pride of Desert Vista, providing the thunder on a Friday night here at Chandler Gilbert. And it's now 4-2 for the home team.
Yeah, keeping the rally going and really making GCU pay for all of the little mistakes they made this inning. That's a big-time hit by Joey Gentile.
So stepping in is Porter Pittman. Base hit his first time up. Grounded out. Runner's going, and he's going to walk right in. Joey Gentile says, look, I'm from this area, and I'm going to light up the home crowd on this Friday night.
Yeah.
On this twin bill.
Pushing the pace again on Escamilla. That seems to be the game plan for the Coyotes. Overwhelm.
Pittman with an opportunity to pick up Joey Gentile at third base and waves right through that one. Escamilla, the left-hander with the awkward delivery, has struggled. He's labored through this inning. One-two count on Porter Pittman. Wind up and delivery, and that one is in the dirt.
Not giving Escamilla anything. Making every at-bat tough. That's really what's leading to the success here for the Coyotes. As Pittman looks to start another competitive at-bat. He's having a great night.
Gentile at third base. Pittman at the dish. That one taken inside, and Pittman frozen stiff. And Escamilla hasn't had a lot of success, but that was one in his favor. So we've got two out, and stepping in, John Enright. Enright walked in the second. And Cade in the fourth.
Takes the bender for strike one. Good pitch by Escamilla. It seems like he might be finding his groove right now after the damage was already done.
0-1 pitch, Escamilla. That one's in the dirt. Joey Gentile holding up at third base. And of course, Coyotes would love to get Joey Gentile in.
Right. Joey, he took an attentive look there. The Yotes might have posted 4 this inning, but they're absolutely looking to add more.
Escamilla winds and delivers, and Enright swings right through it.
Chases what looked like a changeup there. Good pitch.
Enright looking for his first hit as a Coyote. The wind-up and delivery, and swings right through it. And Escamilla gets out of this one. Escamilla walks off disgusted with himself. The Coyotes don't make his first appearance on the mound here at Chandler Gilbert a welcoming one. They put across 4 in the bottom of the 5th and have a 6-2 lead as we head to the 6th. So we go to the top of the sixth where the Coyotes go to their bullpen and bring in hard-throwing right-hander Jimmy Buell, who went to Thunderbird High School. He's a Chief, and needs to say, Adam, break down what Jimmy B brings to the table.
Militant guy, and he commands your attention when he's on the mound. He wants to control the pace of the game, and he is going to challenge you constantly. He loves his fastball. Absolutely a power pitcher with a power slider, too. And that's definitely a sequence you should be looking for when he's on the bump.
Jimmy B, no question. You can see that movement. It's hard and fast. Does he have a changeup in the arsenal?
He does. He has a changeup in the arsenal, but it's definitely not his out pitch. His go-to has got to be a slider, and I've seen him put plenty of guys away with that thing.
So the Lopes get things going with the top of the order, and that starts with Santiago Zuniga. Single to the first, Cade in the third, and gets his first look at Jimmy B. And Jimmy B, hard-throwing right-hander. He's not going to be afraid to fire some gas.
Loves to challenge hitters.
Buell's first pitch. And that one almost eats up Eric Anderson.
Yeah. Looked like a fastball, and he's excited right now. I can tell you that much. Let's see how he dials it in here for the second pitch. 1-0 is the count.
So Zuniga takes slow, ball one. Buell locked in on Anderson from the rubber. Fires outside, and right now Buell, no question, that testosterone and that adrenaline pumping at $175 and then some.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He'll get it under control though.
2-0 count on Zuniga. Buell trying to find the plate on this third pitch. And that one right on the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, with that fastball. Took some off of it, but it was still absolutely gas.
So, Adam, talk about this pitching staff, whether it be in the starting staff or the bullpen. And, you know, Coach talked about how good this pitching staff could be. And, look, when you got that kind of competition, everyone's got to make the most of their opportunities.
Absolutely. Every single pitcher on the roster is trying to prove something and trying to earn innings, especially this early on in the season. And, you know, we just thought there was Jimmy's fastball slider combo, and he might be going back to the slider here.
Jimmy B. And this one is bounced up the middle, and that gets through, and Zuniga starts the sixth with a single up the gut. And coming to the plate, Arturo Lopez, who struck out in the first, line to right, was robbed by Diamato, and Arturo Lopez has been great behind the dish for the Lopes.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been locked down. And on that last pitch there, Jimmy threw the slider, and he had Anderson set up outside, but it just got too much of the plate, and he paid with that single up the middle.
So Lopez at the dish, Buell. And Lopez takes one right off the back, and so needs to say Jimmy Buell coming in, gives up a leadoff single, then hits the second batter, and he gets a visit from his catcher trying to calm the Jets and get him locked in.
Yeah, not ideal, but definitely not too late to turn around here. I mean, I've seen him ground out of this situation plenty of times, and, you know, with his arsenal, he does get a lot of ground balls. So it'll be interesting to see what he can produce here in this crucial hitter. Definitely a momentum turner if he's able to secure an out or even two.
So stepping in is Josh Simpson, who Cade his first time up, replacing Koa Maniton. Simpson getting an opportunity to face Jimmy Buell with a couple runners on. Coyotes with a 6-2 lead here in the sixth. Simpson, big left-hander. Buell checking the runner back and fires and misses on the outside part of the plate.
And, you know, just like the previous Chandler Gilbert pitchers, he's also pushing the pace. He's right back on the mound and ready to go. And even though he might not be getting the result he wants right now, he's definitely got the right attitude towards it.
Josh Simpson from San Diego, California.
Gets the swing and miss on the high strike.
Evens the count at 1 apiece. Jimmy Buell trying to work his way out of this minor damage he's put himself in. Slider in the outside part of the plate misses, and it goes to 2-1.
Yeah, I just barely didn't catch the plate there. And for Jimmy, I'd say something important right now is to realize your situation, really take a step back and realize that you also have a 4-run cushion. So maybe don't put as much pressure on yourself in this scenario.
2-1 count to Simpson. Buell looking at the runner. Checking. Bunt on the left side, and Simpson can't get it down as he kicks his bat in disgust. That's the situation. Look, got to be able to play small ball. We saw it from the Coyotes in the bottom of the 5th. Manufacturing runs, pushing the pace with the small ball, and now Simpson couldn't execute with a third baseman way back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you can't get the bunt down, you're just giving away a strike.
2-2 count. Jimmy B looking for the first out of the inning. Buell, this one fouled off, and Simpson with a good cut.
Jimmy seemingly has found his groove, pounding the zone a lot more now. And looking to pick up a K here would definitely be huge for the momentum and really for his confidence as well.
Jimmy B, 2-2 count. Thunderbird High School product, and he freezes Simpson on the dart over the plate for the first out of the inning.
Gets the inside call, and now he has momentum.
And coming to the plate is Big Sam Ott. Grounded out unassisted in the 2nd, grounded out to short in the 5th. Sam Ott, big fella, could change the game with one swing. Jimmy B with some confidence after getting Simpson looking. First pitch, that one, oh, that's some wicked snap on it, just low.
Yeah, there's that power slider that we were talking about before the inning, and yeah, he loves that pitch. Just low, though, just low.
And there's no question, when you look at Buell, he's got some wicked hard movement. If he's in control, he's devastating.
Absolutely. Very fast twitch athlete, explosive guy.
And that is a beauty on the outside part of the plate, and that evens the count at 1 apiece. So Sam Ott at the dish, couple runners on. Coyotes with a 5-2 lead, a correction on the scoreboard as they only got 3 in the 5th. Buell, and this one scorched to left, going back on his horse and making the catch.
Pittman.
Great play in left field. Porter Pittman, the well-traveled outfielder, makes the grab, and good defense by Porter for the second out of the inning. Ott gave it a ride, and Porter tracked it down, and no question, that started by the great drop step and the good read, moving to his left to make the play.
Very knowledgeable about the game, and whenever the ball is hit in his direction, you look at him and you look at his composure, and you're like, oh, I got nothing to worry about.
Buell now with 2 outs. Pitch on the inside part of the plate, and stepping in is Bryce Arana, who doubled, replacing Stinson.
That power slider makes another appearance for the 0-0 pitch. Now 0-1.
Buell locked in, 0-1 pitch. That one blisters the outside part of the plate.
0-2. Buell found his footing now.
So Buell, after looking a little shaky coming on, now starting to find his confidence in his location. Arana with an 0-2 count. Buell looking to end this one. Looks the runner back. Buell, one more check. Buell firing this one and that one. Oh, Anderson tried to steal it, tried to frame that one up, and umpire wasn't biting on that one.
Yeah.
And how many times, Adam, have you been in a situation where your catcher could just frame a pitch so perfectly he might have stole a strike every now and then?
Yeah, no, those are important pitches for sure. And I know Anderson's going to beat himself up over that one, but That was close. That was a good try for sure.
1-2 pitch. Buell looking the runner back. Curveball misses high.
Yeah, just a little high. I mean, he's been beating up that outside corner all day, or so far this outing.
Goes to 2-2. Runner at second. Coyotes with a 5-2 lead. GCU trying to make some noise here in the sixth. Jimmy B. And the B stands for blistering heat as Arana fouls it off, and it stays at 2-2. So Arana giving Buell a battle here.
Yeah, I mean, these long battles are typically to the benefit of the hitting team. So Jimmy's trying to get out of here as quick as he can.
2-2 pitch to Arana, and fouled off on the inside part of the plate. Looks like Arana might have taken that one off his leg.
Yeah.
Say battles it off.
Great pitch selection there by Jimmy. You know, to go from hitting up the outside corner to go with that inside fastball, it definitely would throw off the hitter. But didn't get the swing and miss. He got a piece of it.
Buell, 2-2 pitch to Arana, and that one out in the middle of the plate. Arana caught looking, and Jimmy B started sluggish, finishes with a fury, and that's going to end the top half of the sixth. The home team coming up to bat with a 5-2 lead. So we go to the bottom of the sixth, and leading off for the Coyotes is Ben Hashizaki. Hashizaki got on in the first, hit by a pitch in the second, singled in the fourth. And Hashizaki takes outside for ball one. Luis Escamillo came in, gave up 3 in the bottom of the fifth. Hashizaki showing his savviness at the plate, laying off. Coyotes would love to get Hash going and get this inning started the right way. Hash showed bunt, pulls back.
3-0 already, and I mean, it feels like Hash is always finding a way to get on base with some great mind games there, pulling back the bunt. Clearly, Escamilla is struggling finding the zone.
And this one way out of the zone, and Hash will walk down to first base, and that's a good start to the frame for the Coyotes. And stepping in, Devin DeVera. DeVera, a couple walks and a strikeout, looking to keep this inning going for the home team.
Yeah, off to a great start. A hit here would be phenomenal.
Great speed on the base path, and this is going to be a great battle. And Hash, no contest on this one. Escamilla with that big, long wind-up, and that right there neutralized Lopez behind the plate.
Absolutely. He's taking too long with that that herky-jerky hold there at the bottom of his leg lift.
So DeVera with an opportunity with Hosh at second base. Bottom of the sixth. DeVera showing bunt, pulls back, and Escamilla misses. And all of a sudden, the lefty having some control issues. And the Coyotes will take it as they look to pull off the season opening twin bill sweep right on home turf. DeVera showing bunt yet again. Bounces one up the middle, and this one, seeing eye, and a great play cut across by the shortstop. Santiago Zuniga raced across, and the good put out on DeVera for the first out of the inning as Hosh moves over to third base.
Yeah, great play there by Zuniga, but Chandler Gilbert still got the better of the altercation. Moving the runner over was his main priority, and now we got Hosh on third base once again.
Checking in, Tate Lewis singled in the first, line to right in the second, walked in the fifth. Takes a ball low to start this plate appearance. Tate Lewis looking to add to the damage. Escamilla winds and delivers high and outside. On deck. Getting loose, Eric Anderson working that lumber. Tate Lewis, good hitters count. Takes one in the dirt. So right now, Adam, if you're looking at Escamilla, he's struggled around the zone. If you're a coach, you're talking to the guys getting ready to go to the play, what's the message?
Well, I mean, as you can see, the coaches picked up on the notion that Escamilla might be struggling. They've got the bullpen going down there as Tate Lewis takes first on balls once again. And, Escamilla's in a situation right now, and he seems to be losing a little bit of his composure. It'll be interesting to see if he can hang on or if the Yotes are about to make him pay right here and knock him out of the game.
The Lopes have got the bullpen going, and Eric Anderson looks to get the lumber going in the box. One on, runners at the corners. Anderson with an opportunity. Lefty versus lefty. Delayed steal, and Escamilla, and a hard contact between Anderson and the second baseman. Needs to say, Anderson is thrown out. Escamilla, after a delay, threw a dart, and
yeah, Tate.
And that's a very situation right there with the umpire. It's pretty close where you might have
an obstruction
call by the second baseman, but needs to say, the umpires let it play on, and Chandler Gilbert's not going to argue the call. They've got the lead. They got a runner at third. There's still time to score more runs, and here we play on.
Yeah, it seems like the second baseman caught the ball right before the collision, so that would give him priority, but definitely not ideal for Tate there.
Escamilla misses on the outside part of the plate. Eric Anderson looking to do some damage with 2 outs here. And this one is skied, and this is a monster shot coming off the...
Oh, wow.
And that one is dropped. And on his way to third base, Anderson, and that GCU defense.
Seemingly struggling.
Micah Koa drops the ball in center field, and GCU.
Yeah. No, I mean, it seems like he lost that ball above the lights, but it's not the first time that that the Lopes have struggled with a fly ball today. And, it's just the little things like that add up. And, it's very hard to win a ball game when you have multiple dropped pop-outs like that, as Eric Anderson is able to advance to third base on that error.
So stepping into the box, number 21, Seth Moore, a freshman from Chandler High School. And all of a sudden, we hear a wave of applauds from the Chandler High faithful,
Yeah.
the two that are here with their ski hats and their ski jackets on. This one outside, Seth Moore. Seth Moore, interesting case. Played at Chandler High School last year, injured for most of the season, but when he's healthy, he can flat out R-A-K-E.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a big frame, and he's athletic, and this guy can run. It might not look like it, but this guy's kind of, for his size, he's a speedster as he takes first base.
And that one gets away, and that's just a great hustle play. And
J-Mo able to come up big.
J-Mo Armstrong on the pinch running for Anderson, and needs to say he scores in the wild pitch. And once again, the GCU defense, the drop fly ball, the wild pitch, and the Lopes defense falling apart, and the home team capitalizing, adding a couple here in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, so Seth actually had a run-in with a baseball not too long ago, and had a bunch of stitches in his mouth. So it's good to see him back on the field for sure. As that ball is laced into right field, not caught. D'Amato, Seth running around, rounding second. He's taking third. Some heads-up base running there from Seth. As D'Amato lines one to right field and picks up a single, advancing Seth to third base.
D'Amato with the nice shot to right center, and Seth on his giddy-up trucks over to third base. So a good piece of hitting. And Chandler Gilbert still making some noise. Moore at third base, runner at first, a couple on, 2 runs in. Home team now up 7-2. At the dish. And we've got a balk against Escamilla, so now another run will come in.
Yeah.
And right now my heart is hurting for Luis Escamilla.
Not having the greatest season
Not having a
opener,
good
for sure.
outing, not getting help as Seth Roberts scored. The score is now 8-2. And at the dish, Joey Gentile. Gentile singled his last time up with an opportunity with the runner at second base.
Joey G, he's been a catalyst this game for the Coyotes.
Yes, he has. And Joey G scorches one to left. Base runner turning third. And he is going to stand up. And Joey G coming through again. Knocks in D'Amato.
Plus some heads-up base running right there at the end.
And the
Ending him up
lead
on second base.
is now 9-2 for the home team. D'Amato on his giddy up full force, and Joey G laces that fastball to left. And a good night for Joey G, and the onslaught continues.
Yeah, I mean, that's a situation right there where we had runners first and third. And, you know, Joey had a choice. Oh, as Porter has one bounce in front of him, and Joey holds up at second base. Joey had a choice right there. Joey could have given up that at-bat, and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. I mean, we're up 5, no biggie. I could take this one off, but no, that's just not the baseball that Chandler Gilbert is playing this year. Fighting for every at-bat and really, really, really pushing the agenda on GCU tonight. This is a statement game for sure.
No question, coming out, laying the lumber, and making the most of each at-bat and taking advantage of some porous GCU defense. And Escamilla certainly hasn't helped his cause, not being able to find the play consistently.
Yeah.
And Porter looking to continue the onslaught here, and Porter lays off a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Porter a hit his first time up, grounded out to first, and then struck out. An opportunity, and he is given that huge right side. If he gets an outside fastball, just take it the other way.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
Porter Pittman lays off of it. Good at bat by Porter, and stepping in with an opportunity is John Enright, who's walked and struck out. And John Enright, now the coach for, is coming out for GCU, and
yeah.
that might be it for Escamilla.
And it is, and this was expected. You know, Escamilla struggled tonight. He came in, started okay, but quickly went south for him as he ended up giving up 7 in just barely under 2 frames.
And coming in is the big right-hander, Tyler Soren. So home team 1 in the first, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, 4 in the seventh. We'll take a short time out here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. Home team howling in the nightcap. So we want to give a shout out to San Antonio, Texas. Peggy Hutchison, grandma of Daniel Hutchison, new Coyote from Chandler High School. If you're watching, we wish you well in San Antonio because she says she watches every game.
Yeah.
So now, Peggy, you're on the hook.
Yeah, we got
Runners are going, Soren in. Tyler Soren, the new right-hander, and John Enright takes high for ball 1. So the runners with no hesitation. Tyler Soren with that big delivery, big leg kick, and comes right back with the ball and misses on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, up and out there. During the warm-ups, he wasn't really able to locate all that well, and he hasn't been able to turn it on yet, and there's the first strike of his outing.
First strike.
2-1 now.
Enright looking to add to the damage. A 4-run 7th inning for the home team. Soren bounces one, and runners advance, and needless to say,
yeah,
checking in is Joey Gentile, and Joey scores, and now we are closing in. Now a 5-run inning.
Yeah.
And the lead is now 10-2, and a couple more runs scored, and we got a 10-run rule in this one as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, it seems like the situation is just mounting on GCU as that pitch was spiked in the grass.
And John Enright draws the walk.
And that would be the winning run. So now stepping to the plate is Hashizaki, a familiar face for sure already this season. He's been red hot, and you know, he's in a big situation here, and I have no doubt in my mind that he's looking to clutch up.
Hash has been on base in 4 plate appearances as Coyotes steal second base.
And right there, heads up play. Caught him asleep, and they just weren't looking to throw. So.
And Hash with an opportunity to end this one. Fastball up top. So needs to say the Coyotes have got into the bullpen after a really strong outing by lefty Connor Whitaker. Did a nice job through 4 innings, allowing 1 run. Escamillo came in and just couldn't locate the plate. And Tyler Soren coming in, and this one bounced down the right field line, foul, as the runners will go back to second and third. And so Connor Whitaker was impressive in his GCU start here in this nightcap.
No, did fantastic. I mean, he was able to really limit the the Coyotes offense, even though he was helped massively by his catcher, he was able to keep it, a close game. But this thing has opened up.
And Hosh lifts one to center, and that one is tracked down. And that is the final out, but a very fruitful one for the home team, putting up a 5 spot. And after the end of the frame, it's 10-2 Coyotes. So we go to the top of the 7th, and GCU going to its bench, bringing in number 7. Actually, it's still Jordan McDonald, the left fielder, facing Jimmy Buell, and doing the analyst duties is redshirt freshman catcher Andrew Furian. Andrew, welcome to the telecast.
How's it going, Joe? I've been with you all night, but it's nice to finally get on the broadcast.
Andrew from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I know his family's watching back in New Mexico, and needless to say, the home team taking care of business in the first game and doing so in the nightcap. And what have you seen from the Coyotes in these first 2 games?
In these first 2 games, I've seen them score a collective amount of runs. Even though this second game we started off slow, we still got on the board early enough to make a statement, because I don't think GCU is going to come back by the looks of it. We got Jimmy on the mound who throws hard, and he's battled through this outing, and I think he'll do the same throughout the rest of the night.
Jimmy Buell in last inning making his season debut, got the first couple runners on, then locked it down as McDonald starts the 7th for the Lopes. Buell winds up and delivers, and that is nasty on the outside part of the plate.
That was absolute filth, Joe. Absolute filth.
No question, Buell is a hard-throwing right-hander, and when he can find his location, his stuff is scintillating, and McDonald's going to have to be at his best to punch one out in this field. The wind-up, and McDonald swings right through it, and Jimmy B, all of a sudden, after a first couple tough batters, Andrew, Buell is locking it down.
Yeah, man, Buell seems to be doing business. He's just following in the footsteps of Trey, who started this game, and Trey came out, and he made a statement early, and Jimmy expects to do the same.
So stepping in as Buell locks in. First pitch.
Yeah, Jimmy
Number
seems to be
17.
using that slider really effectively tonight.
Braden Kalama. Kalama in this one. Cade and scored. Buell working quickly. Eyeing in on the signal from Eric Anderson. That one's bounced in the dirt.
Real good block there by Eric. He's been doing that all night. He's been a rock behind the plate for the Yodi defense.
No question. Fast feet, bounces well, good arm, good
that
leader
boy
behind
has
that plate.
a cannon, Joe. He has a cannon.
So Buell locking in, fires, and that one scorches the outside corner. Kalama locked in, has to jump out of the box. And Buell getting into a nice rhythm, has retired the last 4 batters. Jimmy B working quickly, and this one bounced to the left side. Good hop, good play, and the throw over. And can't say enough about the defense right there. Beautiful play by John Enright over to Justin George, and we've got 2 outs in the 7th inning.
Yeah, Jimmy, if Jimmy keeps rolling like this, it'll be a quick end to the night.
And Andrew, that was no easy play. Enright took a difficult in-between hop that almost ate him up, kept his composure, and made a play over at first base.
Oh, but Joe, I see Enright do stuff like that on the daily. It seems like every day he's blowing everyone's eyes out of their head. They can't even believe it. He's just a great defender.
Checking in is Cole Wathen, and Wathen swings and misses, and all of a sudden, Jimmy B looking like Mariano Rivera on the hill, just untouchable, just firing gas. Jimmy Buell working fast, and that,
That slider started behind the hitter, Joe.
Wow.
Wow.
That is simply nasty right there. If you're looking at a picture of nasty in the dictionary, Jimmy Buell's picture is showing up.
With that mustache as well. You'll
Absolutely.
see his face. He's smiling. That's great.
And that's just gorgeous.
Gosh.
And Jimmy B
What
lights
a
out in the 7th. And he gets the big standing O coming out from that dugout as he walks it off. And that's just loud and proud. And we go to the home half with the home team in a rout. So we go to the home half. Tyler Soren on the hill for GCU. Tavares stepping back up, and that one bounces for ball 1. And not the great start for the Lopes. Taking a ball about 5 feet in front of home plate. And if you're a catcher, I've caught, and Andrew Fury, who's not on the mic right now, and no question, that's not what you want to see from your pitcher to start an inning, lacing a fastball 5 feet in front of you. And, you know, catching's hard enough, but when you can't trust what your pitcher is going to throw at you, it makes it that much harder.
Right.
Tyler Soren, and once again, bounces one in the dirt, and it's a 2-1 count. And
yeah, I can tell you from a pitcher's perspective of things, bouncing the first pitch of the inning is definitely not a good feeling.
And it's a different. There's a big difference, Adam, if you're bouncing a changeup off speed, right? Trying to.
Exactly.
And
as he misses the catcher high there, and that ball bounces off the backstop.
Yeah, so it goes quickly to 3-1. And an opportunity for Devin to get a free pass.
Yeah. I mean, the plate discipline tonight for the Coyotes has been phenomenal. They haven't chased too many pitches, and we'll see what he does here.
And Tyler Soren brings a fastball over the plate. And Devin got the green light to hit away.
Yeah. Yeah, not looking for free passes here. The Coyotes are still looking to strike. Absolutely.
Pitch, and that one is busted. And Tyler Soren, after starting with a shaky, very shaky start to this inning, gets Devera looking, and stepping into the dish is number 29. Getting some work in is Blake Tegas from Sandra Day O'Connor, a freshman, 5'10", and Sandra Day is one of the best baseball programs in the city. So give us a little breakdown on the young man.
Yeah, Tiggs is a very fundamentally sound player. He might not be the flashiest on the field, but he will make plays. He will get hits as he takes a bouncing curveball there for a ball. And, yeah, Tiggs, he might not have the biggest frame, but he puts him out this fall. And, yeah, he's a great energy guy. The dugout loves to see him up at bat, and they're going to explode if he gets a hit here.
And make no mistake, you don't have to be the biggest player to put the bat on the ball and hit the ball. It's all about hand-eye coordination and bat speed and getting the bat through the zone and seeing the ball well. It's a combination of things.
Yeah, he rakes.
So Soren winds and delivers and just misses in that outside part of the plate.
Yeah, the catcher was set up out there too, but you're not going to get a ball that far off the plate as Tiggs is able to watch another ball.
Tiggs at the dish looking for a hit and bounces one to third and gloved over, and the throw over, and good pick by Ott, the first baseman. Nice play. We've seen some shaky defense from this GCU squad, but Ott with the good glove work, and it's quickly 2 outs.
Yeah, that might be GCU's best defensive play of the day outside of the throwing from the catcher, but now batting.
And step again, and right now you got to love the fact that coach is giving the opportunities across the board. And once again, that is Joey Gentile at the dish, and Gentile's had a really nice night. And a correction on my end, as I thought Gentile was 36.
That's Eric Anderson, actually. Yeah. He's caught a great game thus far. Solid behind the plate, and he's looking to translate that to the offensive side too.
Eric Anderson.
As he takes his free pass.
And I was a little farther down on the score pad. So Anderson gets the walk. Andrew, appreciate you getting me back on track and stepping in. Is Seth Moore, and we saw Moore walk his first time up.
And J-Mo's in for the pinch runner, as the pinch runner.
J-Mo getting his work on the mound, and Seth Moore going to work at the dish. Takes a fastball on the inside part of the play from Tyler Soren.
Yeah, Seth has a lot of pop. Looking to get J-Mo over to third or home here with one swing. As he takes another strike there. 0-2 now is the count.
Tyler Soren working quickly against Seth Moore with a runner on. That one outside, and good layoff.
Good body by the catcher as well. To keep that ball in front is keeping another runner out of scoring position, which the Coyotes are desperately trying to add on here. Even though they're up 10-2.
Takes a fastball that misses on the inside part of the plate.
Even is the count at 2s.
Tyler Soren winds and delivers, and that eats up Robertson. Umpire said he didn't go, and that was a close one right there. That
Yeah.
GCU bench wanted that one for sure.
Yeah, letting them hear it. Letting them hear it. More held off, though. Bringing himself to a 3-2 count here.
And more.
Manufactures a walk.
No question. That was a gutsy effort by Moore after getting the close call on the check swing.
Yep.
So a couple runners on here.
Familiar situation. D'Amato already came up big once tonight with the runner on. It'll be interesting if he can do some more damage.
D'Amato with an opportunity to end this night. First pitch from Soren, and Soren rips a fastball.
Good composure by Soren. Even though he's let on, 2 runners now, he's ready to compete. He's battling. He's not going to let him have it. He's going to make him earn it. Pitch to D'Amato.
This one skied out of play to the right side, and quickly goes to 0-2. So for the home team, a lot of excitement coming into today, taking the first game in convincing fashion and following that up with a big lead here with a possible sweep of opening day. This one bounces in the dirt.
Good eye there by D'Amato. And once again, the catcher does just enough to keep the runners home.
And the catchers on both sides getting plenty of work.
Yeah.
Whether throwing out runners or getting some work by their pitching staff. Soren fires. That one's taken high.
Great eye there by D'Amato. I'm sure that looked like an enticing pitch, but he was about his wits, and he was able to hold off that high heater. 2-2 now.
2-2 count. This one taken outside, and D'Amato works it full.
Yeah, this has been one of the best assets for Chandler Gilbert tonight. The ability to work counts and the ability to stay composed and not chase these pitches. Full count now, 3-2 to D'Amato.
And Soren. Make that. Look for that fastball on the outside part of the play, and D'Amato fouls it off. So we'll do it all over again. 3-2 count. D'Amato looking to pad the lead. Chandler Gilbert up big here. D'Amato grounds it hard down the left field line.
Stays alive. Not his ideal pitch there, but he knew what he had to do to keep this at-bat going. And once again, 3 balls, 2 strikes is the count.
D'Amato fly to center in the first, popped to right in the third, walked in the fifth, single in the sixth. And this one scorched to left center. Does it fall? Does it have a gap? Good running play by the left fielder, Jordan McDonald, making up for the error a couple innings back, and that's going to end the frame. And we go to the top half of the 8th. Chandler Gilbert up big. So we go the top of the 8th, and Jimmy Buell doing work, really showing his stuff. His 3rd inning of work, and fires a slider that's just flat out nasty.
Froze him up completely. Oh, he probably wasn't swinging at that pitch anyways, but to add insult to injury, Jimmy made it disgusting on the inside part of the plate.
Kaczynski leading off, followed by Zuniga and Lopez.
Goes to that fastball there. That fastball slider combo for Jimmy is his bread and butter for sure.
Jimmy Buell started shaky, coming on so strong. A wind up and delivery, and this one misses way outside.
Yeah. 0-2, no problem throwing that pitch away.
And we just found out that Peggy Hutchison is watching. So Peggy, I just want to let you know, there'll be a prize awaiting for you next time you come to a Chandler Gilbert game. And needs to say, Kaczynski waving for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Jimmy right back to his dominant ways. Even though that was a long inning, sitting on the bench did not deter him whatsoever as he starts off with a nice 4-pitch K there.
Santiago Zuniga stepping in. Couple singles and a strikeout in this one. Jimmy Buell bounces one foul. And Jimmy really showing his stuff. And Adam, you know this rotation well. I'm getting familiar with it. Is Jimmy the main middle relief guy, or could he be a possible closer for this team?
You know, it'll be interesting to see what role Jimmy falls into this season. Right now, as that ball's ripped down the third base line, and that's going to be fair. Chasing it into the corner is, I believe, Pittman as the run around second. He's going to hold up, though.
And Zuniga turned on that fastball, and Buell tracks it down, and Zuniga was not fooled. And that time, Buell loses that battle, and give credit to Zuniga, who locked in.
Yeah.
And good timing, and strokes that one to left for a 1-out double.
So what we were talking about Jimmy's role, I mean, it's not really established yet. Last season, he came out of the bullpen a little bit, kind of just got his freshman innings in. This season, he's looking to be a dominant guy for this team. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him in a starter role. But if not, he's definitely our #1 reliever going forward.
So checking in, Jonah Zembeck hitting for Arturo Lopez. Zembeck played in that first game. To start the doubleheader. And Buell locks him up with a slider right off the start.
Yeah, he just whips that thing, man. He has a lot of confidence in that pitch, and he can throw it as hard as he throws his fastball, which is just, you know, it adds to the deception for sure.
Zembeck 0 for 2 in a walk in the first game. Quickly 0-2. Zuniga with a 1-out laser down the line for the 2-bagger. Zembeck. 0-2 count. And that is a beauty that locks him up. And Zembeck going back to the bench with a Kodak moment he's not liking.
Throws him up completely. I mean, that slider for Jimmy tonight has just been devastating.
So we've got 2 outs. And stepping up to the plate, number 22, and that is Josh Simpson. Simpson with a couple Ks in this one. And there's no question, you're a hitter. The last thing you want is the dubious extinction of striking out 3 times in a game.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely
that's a
something
painful way to walk off a field knowing you struck out, and Simpson's trying to avoid that, and Jimmy B is trying to fuel his fire to get out of this frame unscathed. Misses on the outside part of the plate. So Jimmy B, his role's undecided, but no question he's going to be a factor in this bullpen.
Undoubtedly. I mean, he's a sophomore, and from the pitcher side of things, he is militant. He embodies a sophomore at Chandler Gilbert as that ball was grounded to the left side. Foul, though, fielded cleanly by Joey Gentile.
Yeah, Joey Gentile putting on a show. Once again, Joey Gentile, the pride of Desert Vista, showing his thunder and lightning movement on that backhander to his left side.
Plays with flair, man. He plays the game with flair.
Yeah. Once again, Joey Gentile has that Hollywood name.
Yeah, he does.
So Simpson at the dish with a runner at second, an opportunity. Buell fires, and Jimmy B just firing the gas.
Blew the doors off him on that one.
So Simpson now with a 2-2 count. And we've talked about it. Nothing worse for a hitter than to strike out 3 times in a game.
It's chasing him, man. It's chasing him.
Jimmy B locking in on Anderson. Looking the runner back. Buell fires, and this one, short pop-up, giving chase. And my goodness, Eric Anderson, with that catcher's gear on, is ablaze coming out of that catcher's stance.
Yeah,
almost tracked that one down.
He's an athlete. He is an athlete. And for Jimmy Buell, he seems very hard to hit tonight. Hitters are struggling with his slider so much to the point that they almost have to focus on it. And then they forget about his power fastball, which he happily reminds them of, which we just saw 2 pitches ago.
So what are we thinking here? What is Jimmy B going to fire up?
I'm liking the high fastball here. Jimmy B, he's going to establish it. Oh.
And that's a slow
Plays
little
out.
bleeder. And Simpson's going to beat it out. Infield single puts runners at the corner. And coming up for GCU, Sam Ott. So it's going to be power versus power, with Ott stepping up to the dish with 2 outs.
Yeah, Jimmy's in a situation here where that runner on third almost doesn't mean anything at all. So he's going to step back on the mound with that same vigor, and he is going to try and establish his dominance again.
Ott grounded out to short, and also flew out to left. Grounded unassisted. His first plate appearance in the second. Buell locked in on Ott. First pitch, here it is. Tries to go to the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, I tried to be a little bit too nice with it there, but no problem, no harm in that, especially against a big power hitter like this.
And if you're Sam Ott, you're like, look, you bring it my way, I'm swinging hard.
Exactly.
This is power versus power right here.
Yep.
Buell coming right back on the outside part of the plate, and that time, give some credit to Eric Anderson with some quality framing in that corner.
Yeah, he can do it all, man. He looks pretty complete back there tonight.
Yeah, Eric Anderson just framed that one up on the outside part of the plate, brought it in maybe 6 or 7 inches, and brought that one back in. So Buell goes to work on a 1-1 count. Ott at the dish, runners at the corner. This one bounced up the middle. Great play. Enright tags second base, and that's going to do it. So GCU makes some noise, but Jimmy B locks it down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The home team up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10-2. We head to the bottom of the 8th. So GCU going to the bullpen. And Bryce Arana, we've seen him at the dish. Now we'll see him on the mound. Right-hander, 6'0", buck 92, a junior from Heritage High School in Brentwood, California. And the Coyotes looking to go to work in the home half, and we've talked about him numerous times, and this time is Joey Gentile with an opportunity to start this home half of the 8th. Gentile flew to center, got on an error by McDonald left, RBI single. Followed that up with a single as well, and 2 for 4 on the night. Joey Gentile around a first pitch, and that bounces in front of the plate.
Once again, starting another inning off with a bounced pitch. And I know Joey Gentile is 2 for 4 tonight, but make no mistake, he's absolutely trying to get another hit here. He's ambitious, and he wants to win this game for the Coyotes.
And how we talked about having on the other side of the spectrum, a 3-strikeout night, which Simpson avoided in that top half. Now Joey Gentile on the other frame looking for that 3rd hit of the night.
Right.
And anytime you have a multi-hit game, it's a special day.
Absolutely.
Joey Gentile, and Gentile fouls it off as Arana bringing the heat. So the home team getting it done on opening night, winning the first game in convincing fashion by the count of 11-1 and winning the nightcap 10-2. Gentile. And that one misses way outside. Rana.
Try to do too much with that pitch right there. He tried to force a spin on it, but was nowhere near the plate.
Gentile at the dish and fouls this one off to the right side. So we've seen a little bit of everything from Coyotes tonight. Good pitching. We've seen some great base running, some good defense, some good gap-to-gap hitting, and some good IQ on the base path.
Absolutely. I mean, the Coyotes have been spotless all night, only allowing 3 runs over the past 2 games, but Joey Gentile is taking a walk back to the dugout.
So Gentile frozen on the fastball from Arana, and stepping in is Porter Pittman. Pittman with 2 hits and 4 at-bats. He's had a quality day as well. And look, anytime you get quality production in the back end of the lineup, that's a bonus.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think it speaks to the fact that Chandler Gilbert really is complete this season, and they're looking to do some big things.
And Coach talked about it. He said, look, this is a team this year where our back end of the lineup is going to be just as strong as the front end.
Yeah.
And the competition, and Adam, you've seen it starting in September. What's the competition like for this team for starting positions and playing time?
Oh, man. I mean, every single day, these guys are competing their butts off, trying to outdo each other. But, I mean, of course we're family, but these guys are all competitive, and they all want to be the starter. So, I mean, everyone's pushing everybody. It's just a great environment overall.
And you kind of talk about that because the team last year, of course, underperformed with a record of 17-21 in conference, 28-32. So collectively, the mindset has to be, we're better than this, and we have to prove it.
Absolutely, and that's what we focus on all offseason, really. That mindset and just making sure that we really live up to that. Like, we're not just saying that we think they're this good. We really put in the work, and I think we earned it. And it's on full display tonight.
So Porter Pittman takes that slow curve from Arana, bounces in front of the plate. And Simpson getting some work behind home plate for sure. Porter Pittman, couple hits on the night. Arana working quickly. The windup and delivery. This one's fouled off to the right side.
Full is the count once again. Something that we've seen all night long for the Coyotes, being able to extend the at-bats. I mean, it all plays into it.
Arana working quickly. Pittman, couple strikes. And Arana gets him swinging on the outer part of the plate for the second out of the inning. And now an opportunity for John Enright. Looking to do some damage with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Arana coming in out of the bullpen, showing some stuff. First one bounced in the dirt, and he's locked it down since. Enright, first pitch.
Swung on and missed on the high fastball.
And Arana has a little bit of a herky-jerky motion as well.
He does. He does, and it's from the right side, which is something that you definitely see less often. But
it starts slow, but then he just lights it up.
Yeah,
And that's a good play on the 3-1 put out. Good work by the Lopes with Arana covering and Sam Ott doing the work on the ground out. So we go to the top of the 9th. Last stand for GCU. Home team up big 10-2. We bring it to you right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. So we go to the 9th. Last stand for GCU, trailing 10-2. New pitcher on the mound for the Coyotes. That is Trevor Young, the hard-throwing left-hander. Trevor Young from Norman, Illinois, attended Normal University. And Adam, give us a breakdown.
Trevor, I mean, the typical crafty lefty. This kid has a feel for the ball, and his fastball runs off of the face of the earth. I mean, his two-seam is seriously something to behold. And, it's because of that sidewinder arm style there as that pitch drops inside. Trevor's a sophomore, not from here, but he's definitely found his footing, and he's made this feel like home, too, for sure.
Winding and delivering. This one scorched out of play by Arana. And what does he have in his arsenal?
Typical lefty guy. He loves to throw a lot of pitches, and he has great command over them too. He's got the fastball, and there's a little curveball from him. He also has a changeup. Oh,
and that one is bounced to the left side, and that eats up Joey Gentile. Waited for the hop, tried to take the in-between hop and ate him up, and got to give him an E5 on that one. Needs to say, runner is on as we begin this top of the 9th.
Yeah. Instantly, Trevor is put in a situation where he's got to perform. And Trevor's up for the task. I know that for a fact. So it'll be interesting to see how he works his way out of this one.
Jordan McDonald at the dish. Takes a fastball on the outside part of the plate.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that right there has been the story of the Coyote pitching staff tonight. Face adversity and then just come right back and just get right on the next hitter. That's been a huge part of the Coyotes' defensive success for sure.
And Trevor Young took something off and hits that corner, and that was a beaut right there.
Yeah, he can spin the ball. No doubt about it. 0-2. Real quick.
Trevor Young working fast. Arana at first base. The pitch bounces, and Arana will take second base. So Adam, you've been around all kinds of pitchers. I mean, look, sometimes it's not the heat, it's not the power. It's the guy that can spin and spot his pitches. Is the guy who can find those W's and lead a team.
Exactly. And Trevor doesn't throw slow by any means, but having that third dimension to his game is huge. As he blows the fastball by number 7 right there.
McDonald goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. And stepping in to get his rips is Reese Davis. Davis started that first game and struck out. Got hit by a pitch and singled. Takes the first pitch and fouls it off to the right side. So all the energy, all the hard work, all the excitement leading to opening day, and the home team fulfilling all the expectations for the home opener, and then some. Comes high and tight on the fastball, goes to 1-on-1 on Reese Davis.
Yeah, absolutely meeting expectations on opening day. And if the Coyotes are able to close this one out and start the season 2-0, man, we'd be riding high for sure.
Young working fast, 1-1 pitch. That one's blown right by Davis. Quickly goes to 1-2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Trevor chooses from his arsenal here, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got a changeup on the outside part of the plate here after he got that chase on the fastball.
Trevor Young winds and delivers, and that one freezes the batter, and the batter is going back to the dugout, and excellent work by Trevor Young. Freezes Davis, and there is 2 outs in the frame.
Yeah, beautifully thrown changeup there. I mean, that dropped and just snagged the corner. Definitely caught him by surprise as he was stunned up there.
Cole Wathen, last chance, last opportunity for the Lopes.
Starting off hot is Trevor.
And Trevor Young bringing the heat for strike 1. So we saw Jimmy Buell coming out of the bullpen and fire gas, and now we got Trevor Young putting on a show. Young, 0-1 count. Blows another fastball right by Cole Wathen.
Yeah, Trevor lives in the upper 80s, and don't let the off speeds fool you, because he loves that fastball too, as we find ourselves in an 0-2 situation here.
So that bench loud and proud looking for the final out. And there it is. And the throw down by Anderson, a bullet, and that's going to do it. Trevor Young out of the bullpen locks it up. And
beautiful work.
The Coyotes get the doubleheader sweep, 11-1 in game 1, 10-2 in the nightcap. The home team comes out fast and furiously with a 1 run in the first, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, 5 in the sixth.
Yeah.
They get great pitching along the way. It started on the mound with Trey Peters, followed by Jimmy Buell, who came out of the bullpen just lightning, throwing all kinds of nastiness. And then it's Trevor Young finishing it off. Offensively, a lot of big bats along the way, providing a lot of good pop. You name it, we saw it, and we saw some great small ball along the way. In that 5-run fifth, as Eric Anderson did a nice job pushing one down the third base line. So right out of the gates, 2 quick wins for Chandler Gilbert. And going into this one for the team wanted to start fast, Adam, and what does this do for the team's confidence moving forward?
I mean, the momentum is there now. The Coyotes know what they're capable of. They've seen it firsthand. They just demonstrated dominance for not 18 innings, but what should have been 18 innings against GCU. And I mean, the story of tonight was really just the small ball and the pace of the game. Chandler Gilbert kept up the pace all night, and GCU, they couldn't hang. They couldn't hang around.
And we talk about the great pitching. We saw that in the opener, and we talk about the starting lineup, and it starts with Hosh getting things going in both games and really getting the Coyotes off to a fast start.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, Hashizaki and his fellow Canadian Hancock, they accentuated the cause. They pushed the cause on GCU tonight with that base running, and GCU adjusted, but it was too little, too late, as the stolen bases mounted even more momentum for Chandler Gilbert.
So the Coyotes get the twin bill sweep, taking the first game 11-1 and 10-2 in the nightcap. And Trey Peters picks up his first victory of the season. And Trey, a good outing. What'd you see from him in his start?
I mean, Trey, he displayed what he knew he was going to display tonight. He worked his butt off all fall, picked up a solid 4 or 5 miles an hour on his fastball, and he came out tonight as a power pitcher, as the dominant pitcher, and GCU had no answer for him on the bump.
So Trey Peters picks up the win, and Coach talking to the team after a victorious Friday night on home turf, and all the fans got out of here real quick because it's cold, and
Yes.
everyone wants to bundle up and be inside because that's what Arizonans do, because we can't handle cold weather whatsoever.
Yes.
So needless to say, the next telecast will be this Wednesday as Ottawa University, the JV squad, comes in for a 3 o'clock matchup right here at Chandler Gilbert. And Adam, look, you got Ottawa coming in, and it's the JV squad, but needs to say you're not looking at the squad, but you're looking at the name across the jersey. And what does the team look to think about when you take on Ottawa on Wednesday?
I mean, to be honest with you, for Chandler Gilbert, it does not matter who is on the diamond against them. They're going to play their game, and we saw that tonight. I mean, GCU is a big name, and their club team had no answer for the Coyotes tonight. So coming into Wednesday with Ottawa, Chandler Gilbert, they're looking to play their game once again and just small ball the other team to death.
And then follow that a Thursday twin bill against Southwestern Oregon Community College. That's a 3 o'clock start with a 5:30 second game. And then on Friday, it's the post-grad right here, Chandler Gilbert, with a 2 o'clock start time, and post-grad twin bill with a 5 o'clock nightcap. So no question, the home team gets off to a fast start. A good night for Chandler Gilbert, taking the season opener twin bill, and we appreciate all the good people in the Chandler Gilbert Athletic Department, all the great people on the baseball staff. Our young man, Adam Perry, doing a great job on the analysts, giving us all the insights to the Coyotes in 2023. Adam, great job.
Thank you, Joe. It was a pleasure.
And
Looking forward to more of these.
Absolutely. You and me, one and two wrecking crew, going to get it done. Needs to say a good night for the home team. I am Joe Pequena, and we appreciate you watching. To all the good people in Philadelphia, as well as Canada, I say good night to you from across the world here in Arizona. Good night for the home team. Twin bill sweep. Take care. We'll see you right here very soon.